Amazon?
No, bro.
He's not.
Really, Asfa.
Hold on a second, bro. Yeah, hold on, alright?
Yeah, the brother and sisters in universally. This video is to establish a clarity with the Church of Haile Selassie the First and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. At no time we try to challenge the Orthodox Church, because we're indigenous. AD 330, Emperor Alexander makes a statement that every Ethiopian king must attach himself to the St. Mark doctrine of Alexander, the Catholic faith. 1972, myself and our man there who died now, his name is Abba Abono Isaac, we established the St. Mark of Zion Orthodox Church in London. I was the first Rastafarian who sent for a priest in Ethiopia. The priest name was Abba Gabriel. After my and for exited the church, a man therefore came back to America. The priest came to London and I gave him a 2-bedroom, sent to school to learn English as my responsibility, because the patriarch of Ethiopia, Abuna Theophilus, informed me and authorized me to do that. 1972, early 73, when the problem started in Ethiopia, go out full of Haile Selassie, government, government. He told me about the whole incident and I withdraw myself from the church, because when I brought the church in London, it was not to Christianize the Rastafarian people, but to give them an identity which I didn't have. So but at that time I realized I had more obligation to the church, because the Assistant Patriarch Abuna Samuel, as a member of the World Council of Churches, the executive body, came to London and spent 4 days with me, and him leave and go back and get killed by English too. So I did already disassociate myself from the church. Now, 87, when I spoke to King of Selassie, at that time I was Prince Asfa Wossen and Selassie, I showed him that the Rastafarian people in London who I work with need a church to have them children blessed, get married, and pray over when them die. See that I was a part of the Exhibit Church in London. He said to me that why I do not establish a church and let make him give us the blessing, which I did. For me the same, so the church established the same. Strategical one can explain to you more. No, it I know that a lot of busybody people question how I become a bono. I become a bono because I have 5 churches under my control. At the same time, being a bono, I'm a bishop, like the born again Christian them who found them own church and give them to the title bishop. At the same time, when I become a bono for the church, was to bring about that clarity. Because in myself, I know there's no other Rasta in the world can discuss the question of orthodoxy and Church of Haile Selassie and Rasta. I know that. I'm classic with that. Man, therefore now die as Isaac. Teach with the whole thing. Him say to me in London, so Fox, the only thing I know about more than you is the language. But you go around brother Fox with theological education we have on Ethiopia. Now, these busybody people is both Caucasian and black people. You have a little brother German, brother in a German. Every time we make a Facebook, the objective is to criticize it and question it. How can a German question what right we have to establish the Church of Haile Selassie in Haile Selassie name? If you question Nazism as a Nazi right, because it's a Hitler right, because I say we're German as a Hitler right, regardless the German lose the war, 45 and not. To me, and what him do now, through him now a part of America, him try to influence other people who's a part of the mass movement and my integrity, and them don't know me. At no time I ever try to equate myself with the other church. At no time I have no intention. Because I said before, AG 330 Exana, Empress Zana, Jacob, and them people. I know the whole history of the church. I'm not going to really question it. Right now, the two another church can have communion in the Catholic Church. We believe that the nature of Christ is one and humanity become one. There's a controversy from a longer time. Ethiopia killed if the emperor who tried for a relationship with the Catholic Church. So I don't want to go in that. What I can say to you is that 1953 is Imperial Majesty go to Eritrea and open Eritrea Parliament. Eritrea as a Muslim state, and state that Christianity and Islam are not the only two religions on earth. You have other religion, and everybody speak of God. So the Emperor Selassie first give you the right ascension, because it took over 2 different minority. Each minority more religious belief. The present Ethiopia is consisted of 7 to 8 states. Each state have the own colored flag. Each state have the own religion. So when I want to ask who give me the authority, it's crazy to believe that the 3rd of November 2013, the Church of Haile Selassie was incorporated in Jamaica. Incorporated in Jamaica as the only official Rasta church upon earth. From 1975, every known institute of His Imperial Majesty, the present government and the Derg take His Majesty's name out of all those documents. Selassie First University changed to Addis Ababa University. The only 2 institutions with His Majesty's name on it now is the Church of Haile Selassie First and Haile Selassie Secondary School at Painland. So we make sure that the year 2000, Haile Selassie's name will be praised. Them can't blot it out, and that them don't like it because the fascists and the Nazarites them want to block it out. Because Muslims try it and them couldn't fulfill that. 35, 41 them lose. And 41 we have the restoration of the dynasty of Haile Selassie I. And we are looking forward in this time to have that restoration again. Now, to the Jamaica National in America and in London and other part of the world. We believe that we're not forcing you to support what we're doing, but there has to be a clarity. 1966, the 21st of April, when His Imperial Majesty visited Jamaica. As Emperor of Ethiopia, when he addressed the Parliament of Jamaica, with the people of Jamaica, he stated that Jamaican are Ethiopian are blood brothers. He stated that Jamaica and Ethiopia hold the peace of the world. So because of that now, we believe that we have that right. Because the part country in the spot, not that woman in the skin. No, we believe that people who was 1 year old is 4 years old now. And the man as well, man and father is alive. That statement Haile Selassie God making the Parliament of Jamaica is very fundamental for Jamaica integrity. Because it was the first time in history an emperor, an ancient emperor of Ethiopia visited Jamaica and made a proclamation, which means that Jamaica owed one for His Majesty. Because if we were told that and today Haile Selassie is overthrown and restoration is not there and the validation of monarchy, it means that if we don't defend the restoration of Haile Selassie dynasty and restoration and constitutional monarchy and in the interest of the liberation of Ethiopia, we go back to one water. Because we all His Majesty that nobody ever said that to me. When Queen Elizabeth visited Jamaica as the Queen of Jamaica, she never made that statement. And Haile Selassie draw the greatest crowd in Jamaica is to prove that. And when him give you the right of knowledge biologically that we're Ethiopian through DNA. And next of his 2 institutions in Jamaica. We as Rastafarian people is asking you, whether it's a Rasta, a Christian, a Muslim, a Buddhist, right? Support the mass movement because your achieving integrity is being tied up in it. 4 years from tonight, your son can make the world know that he's Ethiopian. through the statement of His Imperial Majesty 1966 in the Parliament of Jamaica, 21st of April. Now, we expect that the Jamaica National should support us and rally with us, because right now it is important that we resurrect back 35-41. We have seen where United Nations betrayed Selassie Trust. 74-75 them could stop it. We have seen where League of Nations betrayed Selassie Trust 36, and we have seen where it's repeated itself. So what I'm saying now tonight is that I am asking the President of the free world, Mr. Donald Trump, to look at Ethiopia again. Because while I'm speaking here to you this day, thousands of Ethiopian people is in prison detention camp, not committing the crime of their own, but because I'm talking about them human rights and fundamental freedom. United Nations Watch know all these things. So what I'm saying is that Ethiopia is no different from Syria. This is no different from South Korea or North Korea. The world must understand that while them is drinking campaign and having different Christmas feast, what will taking place 24th December, the Ethiopian brethren and sisters is in prison. And I believe that if the President of the New World, Mr. Trump, will send his representative down there or make a statement, then I believe that some kind of change would come about. So we is appealing to the President of the New World, the free world, Mr. Donald Trump, President of America, to assist the Ethiopian people in them struggle tonight for liberation from prison, because they speak of the right of them land right. And at the same time, we're asking again that Mingish too should be arrested, because right now I'm speaking to you, the Israelite people is still hunting down Nazi prisoner, Nazi officers who work with Hitler. And I don't see why Mingish too is living in luxury in Zimbabwe and coming, when we describe Ethiopia, the Red Terror. I don't see why Mingish too have general who get life sentence in prison for war crime, and Mingish too is allowed to live in luxury in Zimbabwe. So again, I'm asking the National Court of Justice and the President of the free world and those that love justice and integration, look at it again, help you to get Mingish to arrested and charged out of prison, because it's not right for people today living in Ethiopia. It's more than what their grandfather and their son, while he's living a great life in Zimbabwe. So with the Rastafarian people, now bring it back to you. You cannot accept the Ethiopian citizenship. You cannot. Because if you accept that, it means that you sign a document supporting the Haile Selassie government. You sign a document that's supporting the abolition of monarchy, because it's the same old wine, new battle. Any of the Rasta man fulfill that, then the scripture say, if I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right forget her coming. How can a Rastaman 2017 sign a document and accept to become an Ethiopian citizen? And by doing that, he must support the Constitution and its bylaws and the policy of government of Ethiopia. They're not going to do in Ethiopia if they don't support the Constitution and bylaws and the program. So please, look at it again. Join the mass movement. Come at Praying and Oxford Street, Kingston. Come at 470 Gate Avenue. And rally with us that we can bring back the ancient blood of Ethiopia. Because if we don't do that, then God and history will record the judgment. And we have to do it because we owe that to His Imperial Majesty right now. So I will come off and get back to my brethren, Brother Chris, again. We can make a statement to you.
Yeah, greetings again, brethren and sisters, Rastafarian community worldwide, and to those who love justice and hate aggression. Now, the mass movement is still alive. Why? Because we keep it alive. How we keep it alive? Because we keep it alive by making these statements to the world and to you who will seek your support. We are seeking the support in this mass movement for liberation of Ethiopia and restoration of the government of Emperor Selassie I. From you, when we say you, we are talking about the United Nations, we are talking about the AU, African Union, we are talking about the United States government and President Trump, we are talking about England government, Theresa May, the Prime Minister, Jamaica government and the Caribbean government. We are talking about all these people, and also we are talking about the Rastafarian community in Jamaica and worldwide. To support this mass movement, you must support it. This mass movement is for the liberation of Ethiopia and the restoration of the government of Emperor Selassie I. In our lifetime, we have prophesied in the next 3 to 4 years, liberation must come. Now, hear this now. We have said that we discover that in Jamaica, you have a group of Rasta people down there who totally oppose we in terms of liberation, restoration. So we are called upon them people in Jamaica, them so-called Rasta people in Jamaica. We are called upon the Bobo Shanti. We are called upon the 12 tribe, Naya Bingi House, the whole of them. Because how can they be supporting in Ethiopia right now an ID card where the Ethiopian government are offer them? And yes, them say them is theocrats. The government in Ethiopia is not a theocratic government, it's not a massive government. It's separation of church and state. Yeah, it's them call it a republican government. We are theocrats, we are monarchists. Emperor Haile Selassie I is the emperor. We are talking about emperor, king. We are talking about prince. We are talking about theocracy. That we are talking about God government, Emperor Haile Selassie I government, come from earth in Ethiopia. So at that we are talking about liberation of that government. And it's a must. So what we are saying now? We are saying now all the people of them out there, all the government out there, small nation, big nation, people in South America, North America, Central America, the Caribbean, people in Australia, New Zealand, people in Asia, the whole of Asia, and the whole of the African leaders them, because here we find out, say, it's the African leaders them is communists and socialists. That's what we find out, you know. We know, say, that them support the overthrow of the Emperor Selassie I government, because them take over the organization of African unity. You understand me? And call the AU now. You see that? Them take it over, the socialists them, and them don't lift a finger I say a word against what take place 1974, the overthrow of Emperor Selassie I government, the Red Terror. Them don't say nothing about it. So how comes they say nothing about it? And his Emperor Haile Selassie I, them get them independence. In the whole of that period of time, they defend them. Emperor Haile Selassie I defend them, and yes, them turn against his majesty, them are traitor to his majesty and the liberation struggle. Stand them to mash up the whole AU and turn the AU. You understand me? And today we find that say we write letters to them and make appeal to them, and them don't answer it. Them don't give us support. So we are telling the world, say, them for petition them. Them can write petition, send them letters and things to the United Nations. Because how comes the man is a founding member of the United Nations? Remember this now? Haile Selassie I is a founding member of the United Nations. It's two things man established. Establish collective security and international morality. That he established, you know. And you find, say, no, them overthrow the government in 1974 and the United Nations don't say nothing. And then 10 years after that, they recognize the Derg. After the overthrow the government, oh, that. Them supposed to represent international morality. Them betray His Majesty. And all the membership, all the different nations, them inside of them don't say nothing. We don't understand that. So we are called upon people now who might not be aware of the history and the liberation, restoration, struggle to liberate Ethiopia. Remember this, that if you have a situation where justice is threatened by one state, it will come and overrun all of the state them. So you must realize that because it's now not your country today, but it might be your country tomorrow. Because if you realize that the socialists and the Marxists and the fascists them and the Stalinists them will get stronger. You understand me? So we now come for block up them foot, destroy them and bring them down and expose them to the world. So that we are doing right now. So we are looking for your support and don't be afraid. Emperor Selassie first defend you. You have your back. So remember this. People out there who love justice and hate aggression and all the Rastafarian community in Jamaica and worldwide, the different leaders in the Caribbean, all over the world, we are called upon all these people. We are called upon President Trump again. We are called upon him because he can stop the whole thing we are going on in Ethiopia, the atrocity, where they kill off the people them and lock them up, shoot them at them and straight for them rights, them freedom rights and fundamental freedom. The United Nations is supposed to back them. President Trump is supposed to defend them. So we are saying, liberty in our nation and long-lived dynasty and the government of Emperor Selassie I. We are alive and well in the West under the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation and the Church of Haile Selassie I. His Majesty Emperor Selassie I. Lebek. Thank you to my brethren, Brother Eugene.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. One God. I would like to challenge anyone who questions the integrity of the Abuna Emmanuel Fox and the right to lead the Rasta movement and the mass movement at this time. Abuna is modest when he said he was trained by Ethiopian priests and bring certain things to Jamaica, to England, to all over the world, where I represent His Majesty in both truth and in spirit. It's not just that him do, him have a track record. He sue the government of Jamaica on behalf of a prison inmate so that they can have their own Rasta chaplain come and minister to them. That is still going on in Jamaica in this time in Spanish Town prison. He sue the government of Jamaica, he carry the government of Jamaica, and carry the church of Haile Selassie I into the government, into the Parliament of Jamaica. 2013, it passed that a bill that was passed establishing the church of Haile Selassie I, a Rastafarian religion, as legal in Jamaica. And he just stopped this up. He was called by the New York State prison system to come in and minister to the Rastafarians in prison. He did that for 20 years. And he talked about establishing the church of Haile Selassie I. So, when you question the integrity of his Abuna Emmanuel Fox, you question the integrity of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Because they're one. And this mass movement is going forward with the Abuna Emmanuel Fox as the leader of that movement to restore the throne of Emperor Haile Selassie I and the dynasty of David, King David and Solomon back into its rightful place, Ethiopia, the ancient land where the gods love to be. So support the mass movement, brethren and sisters. Naya Bingi, 12 tribe, Bobo Shanti, all the Rasta man them will have a true feeling and heart for His Majesty. Support the Rasta movement, the mass movement, to restore the throne of His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I in Ethiopia, and to liberate Ethiopia from socialism, communist, Marxist ideologies. Them things that's foreign to Ethiopia, and Ethiopia provide them kind of ideology to the world. But it's based on truth, honesty, good spirituality. Like my virgin said, a pure corruption and oppression and everything. His Majesty stand for that. He establish international morality, as my virgin just said a while ago. So, at that we defend international morality with this mass movement. You understand? Restore the throne of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. So, I'm moving on to another virgin. Give thanks, His Imperial Majesty.
Yes, right now, brothers and sisters, we want a Perry striker in Ethiopia. total destruction, marketing license government in the disguise as democracy. Bring back to Jamaica now is that from 1930 Rasta establishing in Jamaica, 30 the right in Jamaica, for we have adult suffrage the right to vote. And tonight the Rasta friend come to Jamaica, do not have a man in a parliament as a senator. When the government of Jamaica meet and discuss the affair of Jamaica, a Rastafarian should be there. Like when you have Protestant, you have Anglican, you have Catholic, you have Baptist representative in the Parliament of Jamaica who is senator. Now the question is this: how can 16% of the populace do not have a voice? Let's face it, Rastafarian people in Jamaica are the last to employ, the first to lose their job. Them take Berlin and turn Berlin and turn them town school, back a wall to the garden center. Rasta don't give them local house. When them take these places and build it up from Rasta, Rasta don't get no local house or no clinic or no school. The church affairs the first established a school in Jamaica, Oxford Street, 89, one of the best prep schools in Jamaica. The two premises of Mr. School, Mr. Edward Siago and Mr. Golden, Mr. School, and the Prince of Ethiopia, Emirates, visit our place again. So the question is that, why you are denying the Rasta man advice? How can the Rasta in Jamaica become sentimentalist and papist, reggae rights, and we have no rights in Jamaica? There's no voice in Parliament for Jamaica Rastafarian people. And what we are saying now to Mr. Wallis and to the PMP government, irrespective that the constitutional change have to come about for bigger senator, we think the government should consider it now. Consider it now, because if Jamaica is going to survive in this 21st century as a democracy or democratic socialism, it must have a voice. Rasta must have a voice inside it to give the equality and that rights to Rastafarian people. We're not trying to incite in the bad, but we want clarity now. We can't allow Jamaica to continue upon this path. If not, we can't people to make bring a Paris striker. Because with a Paris striker in Jamaica, you have to look again upon the whole thing. Paris striker is what took place 91 in Russia by Gorbachev. Total destruction of Marx and Stalin's government and establish a capitalist society that every man in Russia today, every other man who walk on the street is a multi-millionaire and is a millionaire. Why? Because they destroy totally the Marxist, Leninist, Stalinist, socialist government. So we look at the point again now that the Rastafarian community is holding to political party. Rasta is holding to political party. And we have nobody who have a voice. How that happen? So I'm asking all the decent Rastafarian people who live uptown people, the ruling class people, look point again. Because while we are speaking now in an Afro-Asia, black man fight for less than this. You have armed struggle for less than this. Why? Because them rights is not being respected. So I'm appealing to ruling class who live uptown. Yes. And the second class, if you look at the Rasta plight, no, and support it. If not, God and history when record what will take place in Jamaica, because everything born alive wants to stay alive. And I be said, Mr. Wallis, the President, Prime Minister of Jamaica, President of Jamaica, should appoint again, give our appointment to the Church of Selassie and the IWF Corporate representative. Make we get an appointment to meet Mr. Wallis and speak to you. Because it's very important that you understand clearly the history of the Rastafarian movement in Jamaica, that we are older than the two political parties, yet we are being denied our human rights and fundamental freedom. So I bring it back to Mr. Wallis. I really respect, give you a break by giving me an appointment to meet with you and discuss with you our problem. Because if that was Mr. Wallis, you have a problem. Because all 16% of the populace don't have a voice. When was the last to employ, the first of them job, brutality from every year to them. No clinic, no school. We established a clinic in Western Kingston named the Church of Haile Selassie Wellness Center. at 29 Oxford Street. We give free blood pressure test, free sugar test, and if you're in a position, we give you a letter to go to the KPH hospital. That is our contribution in Western Kingston. Plus we have a school and we have a church. So I ask you please, Mr. Ole, so give us the opportunity to meet you and discuss with you and other people like the Minister of Culture, Babsy Green, because we have 5 holidays in Jamaica, Rasta history, and we believe that we should get recognition like the other resource body. And through she responds to culture, we ask that we meet her again and discuss this fundamental with her. So, blessed God Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, His Majesty, that's the